Hi guys, and welcome back to the Gauntlet podcast. I'm here with my beautiful co-host, Kailani. And it is really, really, really early right now.
7:35 to be exact.
And this is a crazy episode because unlike being in the Target parking lot with no featured snack, even though we said we were going to have a featured snack every episode, we are in the McDonald's parking lot, and we do got a featured snack this time.
Woo. Oh my god, this looks so good.
Kailani has a sausage, egg, and cheese bagel. And I have a bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle and strawberry banana smoothie, which is my shit. But today, we are quickly reviewing Gauntlet casting secrets. And basically what I mean by that is, like, who applied to what, or what shit happened that didn't happen, and what would have happened if they did make it in. And honestly, it used to be really interesting, because people used to actually like me, so everyone wanted to play my thing. But now, since people don't really like me anymore, literally no one applies ever, and I have to get on my hands and knees and start begging them.
What the fuck? We are first-hand watching a big-ass dumpster get its trash thrown away in the McDonald's parking lot.
This is really scary. This is like one of the 7 wonders of the world.
I want to operate one of those machines. Why is it banging so goddamn loud?
Basically what I'm saying is the older seasons were so much better. But this is ass. Like, I had to get recruits, but I think, like, the first time it was actually, like, interesting or mattered was if we throw it back all the way to Season 6, World Tour. This is my favorite instance, because I always use it as an example for something else. But it's when I had 7 returning players and 7 new players, and I needed one person to fill the gap. And I had 2 returning applicants. It was either Maheen or Emily Dunham. So I asked Emily Dunham if she would want to play. But I needed another new player. So I was like, yo, if you can get someone, I don't care who it is, to play, then I'll cast you as the last member. Because I wanted her first. Yeah. She went to go get Josh, who later played on Dynamic Duos, which means obviously now he said no. So Emily gave up. So then I asked Maheen, and then Maheen brought Wes on, introduced me to him. And that's how that happened. So I think it could have gone so differently if it was Emily and Josh instead of Maheen and Wes as the last 2 people, because that season ended up like at a 5-5 split merge, the way it like, and then people got ticked off. So if it was different like that, because I think they would have, like, Emily and Josh would have voted much well with everyone else, it would have been different, I think.
100%. Plus, this was Wes's debut season, so we wouldn't even have met him.
Yeah, so there's a lot of pluses that come with that, of course. Yeah. But if we move back all the way to Season 9, that's actually moving forward. But Dynamic Duos is a really interesting one.
I love that.
A lot of, because of the setup of, like, returnee newbie, and new.
It was an even... Was it even?
Yeah. Yeah, it was even. It did end up being 9 and 9. And I was originally just looking for 16 people, but I ended up making it 18 just to fit as many people as I could. Yeah. But there's still some people who didn't make the cut. Now, returnee was, like, the hardest, because there were only 2 returnee duos, and everyone wanted to do that because they hate new people.
I brought a new person. I brought Josh.
Yeah, because you're a real one. So the thing that really bothered me about that is there's this one returnee duo that I really wanted to cast, and it was Malia and Giada.
I remember you talking about that.
Yeah, like, I mean, okay, I've literally mentioned, like, the past, like, 19,000 episodes, but, like, Giada Morel, like, she's so rough. She's so rough. She need her back. I need her back. The truck's going away.
Bye, truck.
So, there's also another returnee duo. I think it was Anthony DeFilippo and Logan Hatch. And Logan hasn't played.
They were going to be a duo?
Yeah. I think, because Anthony wanted to play or something, so he got Logan to do it. And, like, Logan hasn't played since Season 1. So it was, like, crazy. It was, like, a huge gap. Yeah. And so if he came back now, like, it would have been really interesting.
That season.
But she came back on Y2K, which is like a full year later, actually.
That would have been a crazy season if Anthony and Logan came in again.
Oh, I know, right?
That would have made it even more, not even more fun, but even more, like, interesting.
To be honest, I wouldn't know how to argue that, though. Because, like we said, when we were talking about the boot orders, it went out well, because, like, the other people who were, like, returning went out early.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it was Aaron, Regan, and McKean and Wes, and none of them even made jury, so maybe it's good that's the way it fell out. And then there was going to be, they never applied, but there was going to be another duo. It was originally going to be Ashley and Stella, but then Stella...
Oh, that would have been a good duo.
But then Ashley wasn't really sure about Stella because they just met, like, this was right after Resolution, so then Ashley was going to ask Michaela Duquette, but then they never really followed through, they never formated it.
That would have been such a good duo.
And then there was another one, which, oh my god, in retrospect, this would have, like, tanked dynamic duos if it made it in, even though they would have gone out early.
Does it include Corey?
How did you know? Corey and Amy Walsh, who Amy later appeared on Mystery Islands. And the reason this would have tanked dynamic duos isn't just because... of Corey not learning from her mistakes. I mean, it's a big part of it. Amy's the other reason because, like, 3 days into Mystery Island, she quit because her phone couldn't handle the messages. It was literally like Lily Core.
I was going to say Lily
And she had an iPhone. It was just it was like an iPhone 4 or something.
Alright, my phone crashed when we played Dynamic Duos. I sucked it up and got over it.
So, yeah, so she quit. So that means if they were on Dynamic Duos, taking up one of the returnee newbie spots, which were all really good, except for, like, Lily and Melinda, but were, for the most part, all really good. That would have been so tragic.
That would have been really tragic.
I know, we would have had to quit, and we would have had Corey, who everyone just votes out because she doesn't learn from her past mistakes.
And everybody hates her.
Yeah. But to be honest, when it comes to casting secrets, that's what most of the shit is. Until you get to, like, the all-star shortlist, which I do have in a notebook, but I didn't bring it with me because that, like, no one cares about that. We always look at, like, the other all-star seasons, who was asked and who declined and what. Like, for example, All-Stars 2, Jada Kim and Adrian Caruso were both asked back, but they said no. So instead, cast in their place was Ailish O'Hara, who made the season so good, and Wes McKenna, who... also made the season so good, even though I can't say it with a straight face. There's also, like, shortlists, too. Like, for example, I remember Shannon Gustin, like, was also asked for All-Stars 2, but I didn't bring her. No, I didn't bring her. She said no, because she's so done with that. Like, that game makes her want to slit her wrist. Yeah, so, literally. Instead, I went and asked Aisha, and I didn't consider this, like, a replacement, just because I wasn't planning on asking Aisha anyways. But it wasn't because she was bad, it was just because I was so certain she was going to say no. But then she didn't, so I was like, shocked and appalled, but appalled is, like, positive? I don't know. Then she got med back, so it, like, ruined the season, but... Those are my favorite things. Like, I mean, like, to be honest, Gauntlet is so hard to describe to literally anyone unless you actually do it, because when people do it, they like it. But from the outside, it looks like hell. Mainly because it is. So, like, that's why, like, 95% of the cast of every season is a recruit.
When I explain Gauntlet to people, I just say, hey, have you ever seen the show Survivor? And they'll be like, yes or no. And I'll be like, well, it's sort of like that through iMessage, with 10 times more pain.
Yeah. And that's basically it. Is there anything else you want to add to our little... weird podcast episode that's early as hell? I couldn't find my star necklace. I'm so sad. That's why I was like 30 minutes late picking you up. So I just brought the Chromatica one.
This bacon, egg, and cheese, or the sausage, egg, and cheese is really good.
Yeah. Good snack today. Told you this was going to be fire.
This is fire.
But we'll see you all in the next episode.
Bye-bye.